So now we have numbers from yesterday. Again, spectacular. Not as good as the previous day when we had over a billion inflow, but yesterday's was also the second largest in history for ETFs in terms of inflow. $684 million. This is not going to stop. And I'm not going to stop talking about it because I'm going to keep showing it. This will only increase for anyone that's coming in not quite understanding why Bitcoin just doesn't drop anymore, why it just keeps on holding and form new highs seeming like every day. This is the reason, because there is actually a supply shock and there is not enough to go around. It's really that simple. BlackRock continues to add. They have more Bitcoin than Michael Saylor. That's why Michael Saylor, I just announced last night, he's trying to raise $500 million more to buy more Bitcoin. As much as he's doing right now, it pales compared to how much money is flowing into these ETFs. BlackRock added another 8,200 to their fund yesterday. Fidelity added nearly 4,000. And we had a net inflow of almost 700 million, right? Grayscale is still selling for some reason, but still, you have massive inflows, and these guys are hoarding Bitcoin at a unprecedented level, basically, right? We have never seen this kind of hoarding, this kind of accumulation, this kind of FOMO among institutional investors ever in Bitcoin's history. This is the first time in Bitcoin's history we had so much buying from the institutions. And it's not just institutions. We have Mr. 100, whoever, probably, I'm going to just go call him Mr. Bezos because he has like $3 billion or $4 billion of Bitcoin accumulated over the last 6-7 months. But add another 700 Bitcoins. You know, keep in mind, and that was just yesterday, keep in mind that there are only 900 Bitcoin produced per day. And he alone yesterday bought 700 out of 900. So think about it. Again, supply shock, right? There are a lot of buyers right now. Okay, so I have zero fear over Bitcoin. Zero. It may drop a little bit. It may have a scam wick down 15%, whatever it may do. But, I mean, you just have to look at the facts. Okay, there's just not enough to go around. There's hundreds of millions that will be bought every single day moving forward. There should be zero fear. If you are a Bitcoin holder, you just laugh. You just laugh at any incoming volatility. And if you look at in the last 3 weeks, obviously Bitcoin has been on a ferocious run, right? There have been so many things announced and done. And I mean, there's just too much goodness going on, and nothing is stopping Bitcoin at this point. But if you're looking at this, it's kind of hard to project where is the next stop, or the next stops, I should say, right? Where is Bitcoin going to head to after it breaks out of 73.8, I think, this morning, or maybe it hit 74, but it did form a new high. Well, there's a couple things. Couple charts from people that made some good estimations. First of all, if you look at the Pi cycle top indicator, this is like a long-term metric, an on-chain metric that shows when Bitcoin is too overheated and is at a top. First of all, if you're looking at this, Bitcoin is nowhere near the top. First of all, this is using 2 moving averages. Whenever they actually get together, that's when Bitcoin forms the top. Right now, it's hard to see, but we're nowhere close of those 2 moving averages moving together. So that means we got plenty of room to grow. Now, if we're projecting Bitcoin's growth based on NVIDIA's growth, which has been the hottest company on the planet because of the AI boom, you look at what happened to NVIDIA and what happened to Bitcoin, pretty similar. Had a bottom, and then boom, started going up. Obviously, NVIDIA right now, they just seem unstoppable. Once Bitcoin breaks above 6 figures, I think it's going to be the same way. But if we're following NVIDIA, yeah, then we will be going much higher too. What about these specific levels? Well, according to this guy right here, who has a lot of fancy charting going on, he believes that Bitcoin will hit the next leg up will be about $78,000. Okay. Then we have $83,000 and then $91,000. And this is based on this bullish pennant that was identified. And he has a lot of Fibonacci levels as well. So bottom line is, yeah, we're going to be stair stepping upwards. Okay. We will be stair stepping upwards. And even though we're in unknown territory, I guess people can still kind of figure it out with the Fibonacci levels. But you know what? We'll see. We'll see. Because Bitcoin is, again, unstoppable at this point. When we didn't have the ETFs, I would talk about the great fundamentals, right? Has not stopped. Volume has exploded. Addresses have exploded. The hash rate have exploded. On-chain, any on-chain metric really have exploded. The number of Bitcoin being held by short-term users, long-term holders. I mean, anything you can measure Bitcoin with, all-time high, basically. Now, price is all-time high, too, right? I mean, this is what I've been talking about. I've always said price trails the fundamentals, right? Now it's not so much. And inflation is helping the price accelerate even more. And the ETFs are like amplifiers of that. So multiplying the effect. I mean, everything is just so good right now. So good. We did get inflation data today. Wholesale inflation went up, which is no good. Just like the last CPI report, we showed inflation going upwards. So is this of concern? Maybe. Maybe. No one wants to see inflation go up any higher than it has, right? But the good thing is, this is driving more people to Bitcoin. More and more people do not want to see their money inflate away. And yes, they are turning to Bitcoin, just like all the big boys, the institutions.